Hello, everybody. Today we are going to make some reflections. So it was originally called Narcissist. It is the fragrance name. I've just gotten to where I don't really like having that negative connotation attached to it. The story of Narcissus, where it came from, is a Greek story where a gentleman so loved his reflection that he would stare at his reflection in the water and got too close and drowned himself. So it's kind of a romantic slash foreboding tale about narcissism. Um, I've already got my oils pre-made up today, and I've got my lye water solution ready. I am properly geared with my gloves and my glasses, so we are taking all safety precautions. I've got long sleeves on. I would have long sleeves on today no matter what. It is -7 here today. It is the coldest it has been here in a very long time. Um, our whole family is at the house for Christmas. This is Christmas Eve, and the reason I'm making soap today, because I wasn't going to make any until after the new year, was to come in here so I could be alone. There are currently 8 people and 7 animals in this house, and I like my alone time. I love my family dearly, but it's starting to wear on me. So I wanted to come in here and do something where I could be calm and happy and have a little solitude. So let's make some soap. So I've got my oils here. I'm gonna go ahead. I mix up my lye water solution in single batches, but I had made my oils in a double batch, so that's why there are 2 containers of lye water solution going in. Put that off to the side and get my immersion blender ready here. And stir it around, get those bubbles out. Can I burp the blender? And loud noise. Alright, I've already got that to a pretty thick trace, a little more than I intended to, just because but it will be okay because I'm only dividing this once and adding a single color to each container. So this is going to be my pour off that I'm going to use, and this is going to be white. And go ahead, we'll add that. This is titanium dioxide diluted in water. We'll pour that in, and I'll go ahead and add some of the fragrance. I'm not going to mix that up just yet since we are kind of running a little thick here. I don't know if it's because it's so cold in this room is why it's being a little finicky today, but it will be fine. The color I'm using for this one is Aphrodite. Bad Mad Micas. Love this color whenever it's in this soap. So I'll go ahead and stick blend this one because it's the main color. You see? Nope, you know what I didn't add? Yeah, that's kind of important. Let's do that. That does just come out to be such a beautiful blue color. I love it. And this is going to be the white. Go ahead and take that off. Set that out of the way. Now, here's the fun part. I'm going to go ahead and take my spatula here and where some of this kind of splashed up on the side. We get that mixed in here real well. I don't want any inconsistencies just because I don't want any. I don't need a reason. Because it doesn't look pretty. There. Oh. I just love soap batter. It makes me happy. Alright. We got our first mold here. Let's go ahead and get our second mold up here. And we're going to pour in about that much. There we go. That's what I was waiting for, was the pressure of the oils to kind of open up this mold. I don't like having to tape it because I feel like it's gonna get down in it or something. I don't know. I just want it to do what it's supposed to do without me having to do anything special. So yeah, so yesterday it was 40 some odd degrees here, and over the course of 6 hours we went from 46 degrees to -4, and that brought with it a nice rain/ice mixture that turned into snow. And while the snow is beautiful, it is too cold outside for me to enjoy it. I would love to go out there and frolic in the snow, but yeah, I'm not doing that when it's literally negative degrees out there. All right, pretty. Let's start adding the white in here. It got a little thick while I waited, so let's stir that up a bit. And that one there. I remember when I was younger, I started thinking about me humming, and I remember thinking when I was a kid, you know, you'd always be around little old ladies that hum, and I was like, I'm gonna be one of those little old ladies because I loved music. And now I am 46, and I'm already the little old lady who hums. Why? I don't know. But I just catch myself doing it all the time. So we are going to just kind of blend this in here. See? I can't even do it when I'm trying not to do it. There's no I'm going to put some jasmine on top of this whenever I get it all mixed in. I like it where it's mostly blue on the inside and just kind of the white dips down into it, so most of the stirring is pretty superficial. Now I'm going to wait for it to set just a little bit longer so I can kind of do a little design, you know, pull it to one side. We'll see if I can do that just yet. A little bit. That may work. Let's see what we get. Yeah, it's so nice and quiet in here, and out there are 4 adult men and 1 adult woman that have all of their computers set up on a dining room table, and they are playing games, video games, and my husband's still working. He works from home and has since that time, so he is working from home, and I have 1 13-year-old who is still asleep and 1 adult male who worked last night, and so he is still asleep. Then we have 3 dogs, Molly, Loki, and Bear, and we have our 2 cats, Reggie, who is normally an outside cat, but with the weather, I really wanted him to stay in, so he has been protesting loudly about being forced to be in the house. And then I have Salem, which is our 6-month-old orange kitten, who is a big kitten. Then we have my son's cat, Echo, and his girlfriend's cat, Max. And it has kind of been the joke since they've been here. Echo is my oldest son's like a baby, and Echo is a fat cat. He is a big boy. He's a chunker, and he is super, super sweet. But yeah, he is a little bit of a big boy, and he outweighs my 2 Pomeranians. So it's been kind of funny watching him waddle around here. There, I think we got that all nice and squared away. I didn't exactly pour them evenly, it doesn't seem, which was hard to tell because since that white was thick, I think it kind of plopped in there, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of jasmine on the center, and then I'm gonna do something that I don't normally do, but I'll had it, and since I was calling it Reflections this time, I thought it would be a nice addition, as I have got a winter blend mix from the Good Glitter. I think this one is called Winter Wonderland. There's not a whole lot in there because I'm just wanting to add just the tiniest bit, but I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of Winter Wonderland on with the jasmine just to give it a little bit of a little sparkle. I like that. I think that looks nice. In my opinion, it's the one that counts, right? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was able to keep everything nice and centered. Boop. Dropped a jasmine. So, there we go. Let's see if we can get a bit closer here. We can see it. You can't smell it, and that is horrible for you because it smells amazing. I absolutely love this fragrance. It has been one of my longest fragrances that I've made since I started making soap, and it has just like a really original profile. It's not too feminine, it's not too masculine. I wouldn't really call it a floral, I wouldn't call it fruity. It's just this very unique scent, and I love it. I think it's a great one for everything. I have it in lotion and soap and scrubs and candles, and I use this in my home, and I use it in my tub. It's currently I have this scrub in my bath upstairs, especially since the weather is decided to be winter after all. It's a nice to get some exfoliation going, and I really like it. So we're gonna let this sit for 24 hours or so, and we will come back and cut her up and see what she looks like on the inside. So I will see you in a little bit. Bye. Welcome back, everybody. It is one day later. We are going to demold these. I've already checked it to make sure it was ready to go, and it is ready to go. So we're going to take these out of the mold and cut them up. You're so pretty today. Look at them. Oh, it's so satisfying. There's one. And number 2. Again. I love the way they feel when they come out. They're like so smooth and everything around the edges. Look how pretty and smooth it is. They look really good and they smell delicious. There's a reason why this one's my favorite. Move these out of the way here. Let's start by just removing a little end piece. This will be used either as a sample piece or by me. It's so pretty. That little click that it makes is like so satisfying. I just love it. There, this is what we look like on the inside. Trying to find your center. There we are. Look at that. And there's the top. It's jasmine and that little bit of sparkle that we added to it. Nice. And tink. Oh yeah. I know whenever we did it, it was starting to be a little clumpy, the White West, and I was afraid at how well it would settle in there, but it did magnificently, just like it always does. It was so cold yesterday. I've never, it was so cold in this room. I came back in here to check on everything and just kind of hang out because, again, there was a lot of people here and I really wanted an excuse to come in my room. And I came in here and it was so cold in this room. Like, we have 3 heating units and this room is maybe not as well insulated as the others just because it was an addition, but at room temperature, you know, olive oil is liquid. And I came in here and I had one jar that was just a little bit of olive oil, and it was not liquid. So apparently -3 degrees is the threshold by which this room will not stay warm anymore. And so I had to put a cover over the top of the window, and that kind of helped to insulate this room just a little bit better overnight. And everything's fine today. The house is nice and cozy, which we were lucky. We never lost any power or anything, but we have 2 gas fireplaces. So worst case scenario, we still would have been warm. We would have just had to make do. And boop, there's the last little piece, the last end piece there. So my jasmine's wanting to come off. Oh. I never want to overdo it whenever I'm doing this one. I like it just having that little bit of jasmine on it, just like a couple of pieces. And really is just kind of playing a little bit of just a little bit of a gamble, because if I put too much on there, then it's not what I want. But whenever you cut it, you're always at the risk of losing some. But even with just a little bit on top, it's still so pretty. The satisfying tink. That one's got a little bit of a clumpy in the middle there. Yum, 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 yum. The rest of the day, my hands will probably smell like the soap, and I will be perfectly okay with it. Anytime I work with this fragrance, I'm always like, oh no, did I get some on me? What a tragedy. And tink. Give them another day or so, and I'll come in here and I will clean up the edges. I'll bevel them, make them look all pretty, so they're not like rough around the edges and stuff like that. I like it when they're all smooth and pretty. They just look so nice when they're all cleaned up. Pretty, pretty. Kind of looks like a cloudy sky, doesn't it? Or, I guess more appropriately, since you know this is the Narcissus fragrance, it looks like the rippling of a pond or something, where somebody's maybe getting a little too close. Ooh, that looks like a tooth. And that looks like a pepper. Do you like to make shapes out of the clouds and like find designs in the clouds whenever you look up? I always like doing that kind of thing. I am an outside person by nature, and even whenever it's like super duper cold like this or dark, I still really enjoy, let's say I'm outside after dark, I will still stop and look up at the moon and the stars, and if it's cloudy, I just like to look around. I have a favorite tree that's out here in the field by my house, and it's a kind of bent. I don't know how. It's kind of formed like a C, and I love it. It is my favorite tree. Is an evergreen, like a pine. It is a pine. It's a pine tree because I go out there and collect pine cones from it. And let's see. See everybody over there? Here, let's try this. So the video kind of ended abruptly there because I was trying to get my phone out of the holder I have so that I can do the overhead part, and managed to push the emergency button somehow, and I'm pretty sure I just called 911. So they'll probably be calling me back here in a minute. But look at everybody. So pretty. So that is all for today. Thank you all for coming along with me as we made and cut our reflection soap. And I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. And here's hoping that the police don't show up at my house. I'll have to let you know. Thanks.